What up, everybody? It's your boy AD, and that's all day, and that's in the spot. You feel me? And I'm on the track, and you already know, man. I'm finna come in here and talk about some real stuff. It's finna be kind of quick though, because today already been a little irritating day for me because I'm just like behind on doing stuff, so I need to like hurry up. But I'm gonna come in here and talk about this real quick, cause I was watching the news. This probably about maybe about 3 or 4 days ago, and I was watching the news, and on the news, it was talking about how people are now considering themselves to only be adult when they're like 30 and 40, and it was basically trying to make a graph about it, like oh, like this is when people become adults. Most people now are not really becoming adults until they're 30 or 40. And I'm just in my brain like, damn, they've been saying what I've been thinking and what I've been talking about for a while. Like, I've been talking about this for a while about how people are not growing up and they're not maturing and they're running around acting like little kids. Even though like people are like in their 20s and 30s, they're still not behaving like real adults, mature adults, honest, loving people. We got everybody around here right now, like I know, like even in my generation, like people like in their 20s, I just be seeing them running around doing the dumbest shit, and I'm gonna explain why. So this was so crazy because they were just basically talking about people as if like, you're not grown until you have a house or until you have a car and you're paying bills. Now, I think that's a very important part, and growing up is having responsibilities. But the problem with that is, people saying, "Oh, you're not grown." That makes you think that you're never grown. Because technically, when you turn 18 to 21, you're old enough to pretty much do whatever. You can do a lot when you're that old. And if I mean, if you could be 18 with a lot of money somehow and be able to do anything that a 50-year-old could do, pretty much. So I don't like them saying that because it kind of makes people think like, okay, I'm not paying my own bills, so I'm still a little kid, so I'm still gonna live my life like a little kid. Because one thing I'm noticing is a lot of people out here who got it good, who got their parents taking care of them and shit, and those people don't grow up. Like, I'm really realizing this in my life. How do I know this? Because I used to be the same way, but I had it a lot harder than a lot most other people. So it kind of made me mature and grow up, because I realized this in life. The more you spoil people and the more you hand them things, the less they're going to appreciate stuff and the less they're going to want to do in life for themselves and other people. And that's just a fact. When people get pushed into a corner and back to a wall, when they ain't got nothing, they gonna do something about it. Not when something happens and you keep babying them. Because it even got so bad they start turning into a male issue, as if talking about how moms take care of their sons until they like 20 and 30 and baby them up, and if anything happened to them, they give them a home. And I felt like that was bogus, because I felt like, come on, don't mean jumping on the men about men being at home, when in reality it's way harder for us to even get out. Because what woman is going to want to get us and take care of us and do for us, as you can see? Come on, it's like damn near non-existent, you know? So don't do that shit. So that shit kind of irritated me a little bit. And it was two girls up there talking to this one dude, trying to get him to agree to it. And I'm just like, this is some bull. This is some bull. If in my honest opinion, them the ones not growing up. But the girls is the one who really ain't growing up. Because they not really experiencing crap. And this ain't all girls, but it's just crazy what's going on. Because I will admit, there is some parents out here who do baby their sons. I'm not going to act like that's not happening. But it's just, it's messed up, because they really do need to understand that you don't baby a kid, period. That's just the whole point. You don't baby a kid, period. Was is baby and I mean, I feel like this generation is going to end up way worse. Why? Because they're doing the same thing that the last generation did, but the last generation had it better than them. You know, like their parents are babying them, treating them better, you know, spoiling them. Because now in this 2017, we got more shit to spoil shit, more entertainment. So they're giving their kids more shit, but now their kids are going to do less in the world in a time where things are worse and badder. In 2017, jobs are worse, money is worse, everything is worse now than it was in the year 2000. So why are these people still doing the same thing, thinking it's going to get them somewhere? You see? And so it is like being a little kid. You 20, you 25, you almost 30, but you still running around blowing your dough. You still staying with your mama. You still not saving. You still not trying to just focus on yourself to help yourself to maybe where you can help other people. You just running around trying to show out, acting like a little ass kid. I mean, the shit I be seeing motherfuckers do is ridiculous just because they know they got a mama or somebody they can have that can take care of them. I swear, I be seeing people just blowing dough, not caring about nothing they got good time in the world and opportunity to invest and build the shit. Don't do it. See, that's kitty ass shit. I be seeing motherfuckers around here flexing about how much money they got or the car that they got, but they still stay at home with their mama though. And that ain't, come on, what you flexing for? And these ain't even little young people. Like, I can understand, like, age 18 through 21, we all go through that crazy phase of trying to have fun and do shit. But once you, like, past 21, I feel like that's when you really should start taking life more seriously. And that's when you really should start really thinking hard and thinking about your future. Because you don't want to be 30, 35 still fucked up. You don't want to be 40 still fucked up living with your mama. Because one thing I noticed about this world that we live in, man, it's like, it's so fucked up because it's like if you grow up with a fucked up background, a lot of times those people end up to be drug addicts, bums, and alcoholics, which is sad because those people, and if you had money and you had a good upbringing, I realize those people grow up to be pompous assholes, stupid people who don't know nothing, and coony as fuck. Like, I swear, it's like the people who get the handouts and get help, they just become really goofy and stupid and don't care about nothing important, and that's why they lives be so fucked up, and that's why they always use their money to cover up their fucked upness. You notice when you go around a lot of people with money, they be really doing a lot of dumb, stupid, idiotic shit, but they'll use the money to cover it up, so you make them feel and look like they're better than what they are. But in reality, you see them and you see how they act and you see how they behave and what they do and believe in, and you'll be like, this person ain't shit. And they just using this money just to cover up who the fuck they are. And then you got the ones who can't use the money to cover up they are. They just give up on life and they just become bums and alcoholics and shit. They the ones who can wake up, but they don't want to strive for harder so they can understand things, you know, and get a knowledge of self in the world around you to help you get more money and do better. You know, it's like they don't got it good, so they just give up. And the ones who do get it good, they just say, oh, well, we ain't gonna learn no more. We ain't gonna do nothing. We just gonna be dumb. We could be almost 30 and still blowing our dough. One of the most goofiest things I think people be doing is leasing these cars, because I'm seeing this more and more people leasing cars but still staying at home with their mama. You know what I'm saying? Like, that is bad. That's not good. And you know these cars are super expensive and y'all going in to go lease them. You know what I'm saying? Not knowing what your future is going to behold. And most of these people already are money blowers, and they don't save, and they act like little kids when it come to everything because they know their mom and daddy going to save them. So what makes you think they're going to pay for that car? And this ain't back in the day where your mommy and daddy was growing up where jobs and money was better, so maybe they could afford those cars a little easier. No, now it's worse, but y'all still trying to act like them, if not worse. You see what I'm saying? Things are getting worse, and that's why they're on the news. And trust me, I'm not somebody who believes in the news and all that crap, even though the news do say little things sometimes that be true, like this shit. This is true. It is people out here now not really even thinking about being adults till they 30 and 40. I mean, it don't make no sense how I see motherfuckers can't even do shit at the crib, so they got to constantly go to a club or buy hotel rooms, waste money because they can't fucking go home when they should be. That's an adult. Adult will work first, play later. That's what adults do. Kids play first and then try to hope it pays off in the future. You know, and that's why they saying that on the news, that people are like little children. Because how many people do you know in their 20s and 30s and shit really take life seriously and really be honest, mature, respectful, understand the world around them, work hard, save their money, invest, do shit, be real? Like, how often do you see that? It's like you look at people and they just run around and act like everything is a show and a stunt in the front. You know, everybody on dumbass social media and shit when they should be learning something on the social media. Everybody ain't even concerned about nothing real, but they want to blow their dough and hope mommy and daddy come save them when they fuck up. That's basically what's going on. That's why I never really been like that. I mean, when I was a little young guy, I used to act a little goofy because I was brainwashed, but I understood the state and the reality of the world I was living in really quickly, you know, because it was really hard for me, and that's how I'm able to come on here and point out stuff I'm talking about, which is real. You know, this is real stuff that I'm talking about. Just open your eyes and pay attention to the people around you, and you'll start noticing, like, yeah, these motherfuckers do act like little ass kids. How the fuck they this old can work and do all this shit, but they not doing it? Like, how the fuck is people out here that been working their ass off for years on years and years, but still can't get their own house, but could have got it, but don't do it because mommy and daddy giving them a place to stay and taking care of them, so they just blow their money instead of saving. You see what I'm saying? They're trying to make people little kids. They never wanted you to grow up in the first place. That's why they sent your ass for school for 12 years and hope you goofy enough to go to college for even more years to waste all your life with brainwashing to make you like a kid when you old enough and mature enough to learn everything and do everything without their help right now. For real. That's why they do that. Take your life away. And that's why you notice when most people that do go to college, they still be acting like little kids, trying to turn up, party, ain't even thinking about the work. They just thinking about the next little fun session they having, and they think one day they going to get that job and it's going to come and they going to be all right. When you know a lot of times that isn't true. You know, a lot of people don't even make it. And I'm only talking about this because that's what they want you to be. Like, you see how even when you're 18, you're old enough to do what the fuck you can do in life. They still want you going to school like a little kid. See what I'm saying? Shit, and it's like, I'm not even going to go in on that no more. But you see, they want us to be little kids. They don't want us growing up. That's why a lot of the people be fucking up and acting stupid now, because they don't want to grow up and fucking mature. They want to lie and be stupid like little kids. Notice how little kids like to lie. Notice how people around us, you meet, lie all the time and be fake all the time. Notice how they can't move out their mama's house and do anything. People who actually could have fucking done something, rather blow their dough on material shit while still staying with their mamas and shit. It don't make no sense. This is what they want. And y'all damn sure better not say, oh, it was men, because that was bogus. Oh, well, it's men and they mommy's taking care of them. Like, whoa, wait a second. Men got it way harder. Wait a second. Like I said, what man you know can move in with a girl that's willing to take care of him? But women can do that all the time, though. But you want to talk about men being at home, knowing damn well men can't even get jobs as quick as a woman. Come on now. Wake up. Look at the world around you, yo. This ain't no fucking joke. And I already explained how men get less handouts. I mean, we live in a world where a woman will help a woman, a man will help a woman, but nobody will help a man. You think I'm lying? If it is, it's rare as fuck. And it's way undermined than what it really should be. Like, just walk down the street. I bet you, if you're a man, ain't nobody gonna pick you up unless you know them. But if you're a woman, motherfuckers gonna be trying to give you rides and do shit for you and all types of shit. I ain't lying to you. But because that shit did piss me off, trying to blame it on us. Like, that's because everybody be so quick to hand shit to women. I mean, come on now. It's pretty fucking obvious. People who come at me and be like I'm full of shit, y'all need to grow up. Like, that's why they talking shit about motherfuckers on the news right now, calling y'all 34-year-old kids, because they know y'all is, because they know y'all not growing up. They know y'all care more about entertainment and fun than anything real important in the earth. They know this already, and that's why they talking shit about y'all on the news. I'm for real, it's sad, man. I just had to let y'all know though. But like, comment, subscribe. Motherfuckers out here blowing dough and shit. Ain't even got their own place to stay. Ain't even got their own business and shit and still blowing dough. Kitty shit.